listen to your orders, lads. This cavalry's proved absolutely invaluable here. Break them now, that's it, well done. Greetings and welcome to episode 128 of my Empire Total War Darth Mod USA campaign, and this, my friends, how we left it last time, where we are once again locked in a battle for the Dawn. It seems to be an endless cycle here, my friends, of fighting for this town, to keep this town locked down. And with that in mind, it's become quite apparent that the council is concerned about the situation in the Dawn. There's been, I would say, roughly about a 70-30 split in favour of us actually making a tactical withdrawal from the Dawn. That is a very, very highly possibility that we're going to actually move away from the Dawn. A tactical withdrawal. We're not going to be moving in some all great disorder and running for the sort of the shores, trying to get away from here as quickly as possible. It'll be a tactical stage withdrawal here, but we're going to first give the Germans a real bloody nose here. I can tell you before we leave. We're going to tell them we will be back, sir. But as many of the council said, these forces could actually be better used in Europe. Now I know this might unlock a vast amount of German forces to head towards the east, but to be honest with you, my friends, the least of our worries here is in the Don. We need additional forces. Now the reinforcements we would require to take the Don aren't available, and to move more reinforcements in, even after this battle, because this battle, as you can see here, is fairly even, we can assume that we're going to have quite a number of casualties here, regardless of how careful we are. The problem is reinforcement. We can replenish and repair what we have in situ here, but our numbers are slowly dwindling while the Germans' forces continue to grow in the area. We cannot reinforce our armies in the Don any quicker than the Germans, and that's the problem. When you're in a battle of attrition like we are in the Don, you need to keep feeding additional reinforcements into the fight constantly. We don't have those facilities here. The Don itself cannot sustain and provide those reinforcements, and indeed we struggle to even recruit two regiments from here each year, or each sort of season, as it were. And that's the problem. We don't have any major sort of base of operations. If we had Istanbul, this might be a completely different ball game, because then we would of course, be able to feed in, you know, a large amount of reinforcements into the area. We don't have Istanbul. Ankara, for some unbeknownst reason, does not, or is not able to recruit line infantry, which is the staple of our armies. It really is. We have some of the council calling for us to pull the Marines off the European theatre and move them into the Don. Now that would require a complete reshuffle of the European theatre, because the Marine Corps is actually earmarked for an operation against the German forces in the south, heading sort of into the Balkans. So they are committed to that operation already. They're actually already moving into place in a position with their additional reinforcements to actually strike against the sort of the German holdings of the Balkans. We are and do have forces being recruited and materials and guns being built in the homeland, in New York, in Boston, in Philadelphia, but they are thousands of miles away, and it takes equal amount of distance once they've arrived in the European theatre to then get to what is effectively the Urals, is the extremities of Russia. So you're looking at probably at least 10,000 miles for these armies to travel from the homeland to then the actual, you know, the back end, as it were, of Russia. And it really is a colossal amount of time and resources committed then to a fight that we might not be able to ultimately hold the Don against these odds, because eventually our numbers will dwindle and the German forces will just increase and increase, and eventually we will crack. We will then lose all of these armies. So 6 armies, or 7 armies effectively, will then drop from the battle order. We can't afford that. So if we can take this fight, give the Germans a really sound thrashing here, another bloody nose, and then I think it is we're going to have to make that call here. And I know the council are actually calling for the withdrawal. I think a tactical withdrawal will probably be in full effect then. So it's a difficult situation. We do have one army that's sort of landed here to try and reinforce, but even then that's simply not enough, not at what we're up against here. The Germans, although we did give them a sound thrashing last time we fought them in the Don, as you can see, they've replenished and repaired and they're back in action. But we shall take this fight, my friends. We are not going to back down from any fight, I can assure you. Thankfully we've had time of ourselves also to get ourselves back to full strength. Let us see what we have here. We do need an army that's going to be rapid. As you can see here, this army is probably an excellent army to bring in. See, some of them, these armies still need retrofitted. We've still got 12 pounders in here, so that really doesn't suit us very well here. But we do have Legion here and Dragoons and Lee's Legions. We've got the Grenadiers here, but we do need, I thought, probably General Jamie's armies to go in here as well, I think. So we're going to swap these around here. We're going to bring the cavalry, because the cavalry in these battles really does prove its worth. We shall also just do that here. That's a good army to bring in, because it's got plenty of cavalry, lots of line infantry, only 1 artillery here. We need armies that are we can feed reinforcements in quickly. I think we'll have General Beast in here as well, moving in. Remember, many of these armies, indeed many of these generals, have been here for at least 15 years in the Don. That's how fast. That's the commitment we've sort of made to the Don. But I think that time in the Don is quickly running out. Primarily to other pressures elsewhere in the theatres. The European theatre really is absolutely at a tipping point. We might be able to get a handle on the European theatre, but again it requires additional forces, and we simply are stretched to the limit, not only financially but also in terms of men and materials as well. Our armies, our commitment to Europe is at least 98% of our military strength is in Europe, and that is a huge commitment by any stretch, even with the powerhouse that we are at the moment, the superpower we are. And also remember, many of the council also saying that there's a chance that Spain might actually declare war on us quite soon. If you have Germany and Spain coming together and fighting us as a coherent whole, we're going to be really pushed up against it. So we've got to make these choices. We've got General Blue Blocks here. We shall also bring in these. We'll mix the cavalry up here. We'll have these gentlemen thus. We'll mix the cavalry in here, so we've got that complement. Let's just move these gentlemen here. We shall have the cavalry in here. Let's just move these here. Thus, move the cavalry in first. And last but not least, we'd like to have grenadiers coming in first here, and then we shall have the cavalry. Thus, we've retrofit this one here. I think we're ready now. As you can see, this army is missing 3 regiments, so now they were lost in the last battle, but the Germans do have a huge plethora of, and also the cannon is going to be a little bit of a menace here. They don't have full power here on the cannons, only 12 pounders, but again, they're also bringing a huge amount of militia here, so although they look in good shape here, they're only bringing militia. This has got a line infantry, a lot of good dragoons, Swiss line infantry here as well. Militia, a lot of 12 pounders, some light infantry, mercenaries, again more militia, and more militia. So we could be seeing the Germans scraping the barrel here to try and just put some armies into the field, when they're up against, as you can see, veteran units here and combat hardened veterans, dare I say, with plenty of fire support here. Another 12 pound here. I'm not happy with these. However, our ability to retrofit in the field is unfortunately hindered by our situation in the Don. Let's begin. This could be the 3rd or 4th Battle of the Don, I believe. We have held this year against all odds, and we shall not, and I repeat, my friends, not be giving up the Don without a fight, because we're giving up the Don on our own terms. We're not being booted out of here by Germany. We're not being overwhelmed and pushed aside and swallowed up here by German forces. We're making a considered, tactical, strategic withdrawal of our own making, of our own design, because we need these forces elsewhere. And also the Don is becoming a real drain upon our resources. We're trying to get forces into position as quickly as we can from theatres that can't afford them. We can't afford to move forces away from the European theatre. I know that we have a huge amount of forces in the European theatre, but so do the Germans. And if Spain were to declare war upon us, then it really would put us at a real squeeze. We would need every single unit possible then to take the fight to them, and that's the problem. We've just got to hold our nerve here. But anyway, let's focus on the matter at hand. Let's focus on the battle at hand here, and then we'll consider our future deliberations after this battle here. Oh, raining, look at that. It's absolutely tipping it down here. Once again we fight in the rain. It seems that we are indeed fighting against the weather as well. Now thankfully we're in the fort, so this is going to put us at an advantage, although the wall, look at that, our wall, 81%, so one hit here and it's gone. We're not going to have any forces on this wall at all here. 75% here as well, so the walls are going to be breached. Of that we can assume is almost a guarantee. But we have to guard the wall here still, so we have to commit 1 regiment here to stand on the walls here. Let's bring these gentlemen down onto the parade ground. Let's get ourselves well and truly organised here, because this is going to be a battle here that can define our Don campaign here. Let's move the artillery out of the way. We've got a regiment of horse, which I think we'll probably put on into the field here. Oh, what an absolute miserable day here. And just look how dark the clouds are over there. Look at that. That is bleak. Possibly the weather will lighten up later on, but my word. Now let's get all our infantry. Let's get the General Schwalbe out here as well. Let's get all our cavalry out. We've got lots and lots of artillery, which is going to prove an absolute boon. Now let's put them all here out of harm's way so we can get ourselves properly organised. A regiment of foot here. Organisation is key, my friends, to any battle here, particularly at the start. You want to be prepared for what is to come. That way then you can readjust, shift your forces where they're needed. Look at that. I mean, there's nothing greater than seeing such wonderful forces here in the parade ground. Now we do have this armoury here, which will actually probably anchor this flank. If they do break through, it'll anchor this flank here. We're going to have 1 regiment here on the 44th, which has been with us. You can tell it's an old regiment because it's actually numbered. Now if you see a unnumbered regiment, it means it's been around for a very long time, because we've actually run out of numbers for the regiments. That's how many forces we've got in the field. We're going to keep these gentlemen here. We don't want the gates to be taken at all. That means cavalry will flood through So we want to hold these gates. Either side of these forces, the walls are going to crumble. That I think we can pretty much guarantee. These walls here should be okay. But still, we'll pull these gentlemen off the wall. We're starting to run out of space here on the playground, but that's absolutely fine. Where there's a will, there's a way. And now that's a healthy amount of troops here. We've kept these gentlemen here. We've got our general who we definitely want inside the perimeter here. We're doing any of it. Aha! Got cavalry here as well. We want cavalry to be on the outside. There's also cavalry there. Can we indeed hide them? We can in this forest area, this sort of outcrop here. If we can hide the cavalry, that's... Oh, gentlemen, please. Thank you. A miserable day granted, but one that could actually turn into a good day if we are to really... And as you can see in the background there, there is the Don. That is Chakask in the background there. Now, we're going to stay away from this side and we're going to stay away from this side. 75% here, damage 81%. So in other words, a couple more shots and they're down. That is pretty much guaranteed. So we're going to line the walls either side. We're also going to have forces on the floor here waiting. Let's have these gentlemen here. We want, should I say, the more experienced forces on the ground here that tackle them here as well. So let's make sure the gates don't fall. We need to keep the gates under our control here. This regiment will remain here. I'm going to keep away from these edge of this wall here. Because if these walls fall, the Germans are not going to come over the walls, they'll come through them if they can. I've got this regiment here which we want on the floor. I have this regiment on the parallel side. As you can see, plenty of cannon here as well. Because our cannon, it was facing this way, that means the Germans are going to be coming in from this direction here. We've got to be prepared for all eventualities, also including reinforcements which will probably come off that hill there. But remember, they're all coming, all the reinforcements will be coming in from the same direction. So again, we have to hold here, sir. That means trying to shuffle our forces to meet every possible eventuality here, which is not always easy. But we want to hold the gates, as I said before. Then we want... I might put this regiment in here. Just to... Oh, that's not going to... Still. Let's put them there for the moment. We can always move them out if needs be. And we want these two regiments on the floor. If these are put down, we won't put them there because the chances are they'll use lime or quick shot or quick lime to blast these open, and we'll have these regiments be pounded to death before they're even anywhere near the front line. Now let's set ourselves in good order here. All howitzers. Let's just set them up. There's one set here. We should have these gentlemen then just slightly set back here, just to give us that extra, that sort of staggered fire. Now we've gone quicklime because quicklime almost covers the deployment area here, which means it's going to cover whatever's going to come in from this flank here. And if we can start hitting the Germans hard, it's going to cost them dear to get to the walls, let alone take them. So we've got 3 regiments here, very experienced troops, which we've held back in reserve. We've got the general here as well. We're going to put behind the building here. We don't want anything to happen to the general. General Schwalbe, who has been the commander of the garrison here for a number of years, a steady, reliable commander. Let's just set these gentlemen fair here. Look at that. Hidden. 3 regiments ready to strike. If we can just move, behind the Germans, keep striking them, hit and run, that'll do us just dandy. Right. Let's begin this fight, my friends. Let's begin this fight. Nothing else behind us here, nothing else we've missed. Nope, let's do this. There it is. And there as well, as we suspected. Steady, lad, steady now, steady. Already starting to open up. Doing our own damage here. Oh, look at that. Look at that. They've already been absolutely pounded to pieces here. A lot of reinforcements coming in off the line there. Remember, the Germans will be able to feed reinforcements in constantly. Absolutely blitzed. We're just going to let fire at will take place here. We're not going to... We're going to hold our nerve here. Hold our nerve. Look at that. See, 100% is down. Right, we've got to move our forces into position. Barrage and a half there, so we've just absolutely blitzed the Germans there. And this is what I mean, we need to be prepared here. See, we knew the wall would collapse here. But we'll only use the troops that we need here now. They come. Looks like they're going to try and access the wall from this side here, so we've got to maintain our discipline here. There's the reinforcements coming in off the line there, as you can see. What they don't realise is they're going to run smack bang into the demarcation line all the way over here. Let's get our cavalry out of there. We don't want to be caught with these gentlemen firing upon us here. That's out there. Get out of there. Look at that. 3 regiments. Steady now, lads. Steady now. Steady, lads. More coming off the line here. Yes. Oh my word. What a shot. What a shot. Here they come. Here they come. They're going to throw everything they got at us now. Places. Where the heck did these two gentlemen come from? What the? How did this even happen? They're just going to throw everything they can this year. Here. Yourselves off of these souls. Just read it, please. put an end to this. Put an end to this. Absolute madness. God, they've broken, they're wavering. Just too much out, too much. Just gotta put really danger close here, fire. What we don't need is additional artillery. That's the one thing we don't need at the moment. Starting to buckle. Hold that hold. The place is leaving. Get yourself in there. Don't stand around. Don't lose yourself. Look at this, they're starting to break, sir. why are we getting artillery here? But what we really need is cavalry and regiments. We've lost all our regiment of horse. That was an absolute disaster. All of the cavalry will be sacrificed. All of the cavalry will be sacrificed in this fight, believe me. Here comes reinforcements. Lots and lots of cavalry as always. That's more like it. They were at the forefront of the fight again. Look at that, all of that cavalry sacrificed to try and break this line here. Not a chance. Time to reorganise. Look at this, look at that, it's a slaughter. Look at the cavalry destroyed here, absolute madness. They've lost about 5 regiments there. Oh, what a shot. By the way, this turned on us again. Look at these regiments coming off the line here. Oh, that's a lot of move. That's more like it. Some fire coming our way. that, it's an absolute bloodbath, sir. Come the cavalry again. They're going to try and bludgeon their way through with cavalry. They're no good to us. We're going to get these guys to retreat. Look at that. Nice and clumped up here for us. Beautiful. That's an absolute wonder. Keep firing. Well, I'll be damned. Look at that. Again, another regiment lost to the Germans here. We're absolutely holding here because we've got these gentlemen here pretty much cornering, surrounding anything coming in here. So it's just a killing ground here. This is an absolute killing ground. Look at the smoke. Look at this. We're absolutely blitzing them with the combination of artillery and positioning of men here is wonderful. Oh. In fact, if that doesn't bring a tear to your eye, nothing will. Ooh, guerrilla mercenaries. Bring them forth, sir. They shall also suffer the same fate, and those have also been thwarted. If they want to fight, then by Jove, we'll give them it, sir. Alright, gentlemen, turn your guns onto the enemy here. You can see him. He's there, sir. He's down there. Please, gentlemen, he's down there. Swiss Grenadiers, we've got to take care of these Swiss Grenadiers here. The gentlemen will not be a... Look at that, guerrilla mercenaries are going to come over the wall. Or are they? No, they're not. What a wonder to see. Look at that. Prepare to fire, lads. Prepare to fire. Ah, the guerrillas right into this. Keep firing. Look at this, we've lost good men here, sir. Look at this killing ground here. All of this is just a killing ground. that square. What a wonder to see. Look at this. Clear up this flank and we deem fit all. Ho, 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 ho. That was close. Those guns over there are going to cause us havoc if we're not careful. You're done magnificently well, sir. Which you've got to hold. Look at that perfect formation back into shape here. What a wonder. Ooh. That was close, got two. What a fight this has been here, what a fight, sir. Straight down the line. We've given Germans a damn good pasting here. But they're still coming here. Yes, they've gone. Oh, look at that. This is an absolute massacre, sir. Boy, that's no gentleman. More cavalry on its way. More militia. Let's clear this flank here. We've got to clear this flank. Back on there, that fort on fire. Tell you to keep moving, sir. Shot. What a wonder. This fire support has been second to none. come. Here they come. That's more like it, lads. We're going to pull one of these regiments off the line. This weather's getting worse. Break our lines here, but not careful. By sheer weight of numbers. Try and break this here. Get in there, lads. Stop messing about. Get in there. All hands to the deck. It's going to be just a straight down brutal fight now. There, got to support this man here. What a look at this, this is an absolute madness. They're just sending everything they can to us now. Everything they can is just pouring in off the line straight to try and break this fort. Yes. Don't stroll, Johnny, don't stroll. Just absolute madness. Oh, this is an absolute bloodbath. What a fight this has been. Steady, lad, steady. Wait for the order. Wait for the order. Fire! Fire, gentlemen. Fire! Fire! Counter-charge! Blazes. How would strike into the back of them? Oof. More lines put. Look at that. What a hit there, sir. Oh my word, what a defence. What a defence this has been. Well, reload, reload. Here we come. Ah! Ah! Charge! What a fight this has been. What a fight. Wow, look at this bloodbath here. My word, I've not seen a fight like this in a long time. Look at this killing ground here. It's wow. What a fight that was, my goodness me. Whew. They lost 15,000 men to 2,347. They lost 15,000 men. That is, my goodness me, look at the sheer magnitude here of what we've done here, the damage here. Look at these line infantries. Look at the experience here. That is unbelievable. Wow, we destroyed 15,000 German troops and material, for the loss of under 2,500. Now that's 2,500 is still quite a lot, but my goodness me, I was not expecting that. They've got 3,222 left. Well, that has put a real spring in our step here, sir. Wow. Well, I'll be damned. Would you look at that? And they're actually moving away here. Has that finally put the nail in the coffin there? Can we actually hold the Don? Could we actually revisit this? Could we revisit this question here of whether we hold the Don or not? Because I openly admit, before we started that battle we were going to evacuate. But now do we hold? They lost 15,000 men for the loss of us, for our under 2,500. That is a staggering amount. Wow, how can they keep up that rate? That loss rate there is unbelievable. Also, we've also been called by the council to actually deal with the Mamelukes as well, which we will actually be doing. What is Spain doing here? Is Spain pulling back from the German border? Or are they preparing for something maybe a little more underhand, should we say? Venice, we've got to keep an eye on Venice as well. Oh, hello. Look, Dagestan have pulled away as well after that victory. Mamelukes. Okay. We will retreat back to our main forces here. I think it's time we dealt with these Mamelukes. That's the first naval loss we've suffered in a very, very long time. I think it's time we dealt with the Mamelukes here. If you come for us, sir, you will regret it, mark my words. Norway, who've been staunch allies but have done little to help. I shall be honest, they've done little to help us. What a fight that was. That was just extraordinary. 30,000, 28,160 coming in. Look at the trade income there, look at the tax income. But mind you, look at our army upkeep, it is vast. 74% we really have got. Trade is booming here, apart from Persia, which has been cut off here, but still. We do have a number of forces moving here. Look at that, towards Boston for being brought into ships. Oh, look at that. And the gentlemen also moved to Boston.
Sir. At the ready.
Wow. Got additional forces being recruited in Brandenburg. Now this force here
Make ready.
can be moved down as well, but I think, my friends, we're going to end this episode here. It's been a very long episode indeed. That fight really did absolutely stupendous. But you can see we're moving down to Stuttgart here. If we can take Stuttgart, what a fight that would be. We'll take Stuttgart though next episode. There's something for us to do next episode as well. But as you can see, look at the lines here. The lines go like this down. They sort of dip down here into Hungary, Norway, then go back up here into Warsaw. So we've almost got this bulge, as we say here. Look at that in the lines here. As we sort of have this Damocles sword here hanging down. We've even got Croatia here. So in fact, our lines stretch far, far into the south. But we can't allow the Spanish to help at all. If we take Stuttgart, I got a feeling that Spain will declare war upon us. We cannot allow the Spanish forces in here, in the Rhineland and in Strasbourg, to sort of meet up with the troops in Munich here. That will reinvigorate the German forces there. We mustn't allow that to happen, my friends. We can't allow it to happen. But that's a fight for another time, my friends. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, please keep those comments coming down below, my friends. They've been absolutely wonderful. What do we do about the Don now? Now we've pushed those armies away, what do we actually do? Because we lost a minimal amount of troops there. If we replenish and repair and we get this army in, we might be able to hold the Don. but I'll leave that question and that answer indeed, my friends, to the council. But as always, my friends, please keep your comments coming down below. Absolutely wonderful advice as always. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. The last episode got an absolutely incredible response. It really did. I thank all of you for your wonderful support. Whatever you do, my friends, please be safe. But until next time, bye for now.